pink, purple, the colors of love. So let's go ahead and talk about those fabrics in the colors pink and purple and some multicolor fabric. I think I have a few of those as well. So if that's some content you would like to see, keep on watching. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video we are going to continue into my Ankara hoarders fabric stash. Okay, so I've been showing you guys all the fabrics that I have that's Ankara print for a while now. All right, so this one we are going to be talking about the pinks and the purples that I have in my fabric stash, and you already know what to do. Comment below and let me know which ones you like to see and which ones are your favorite. In the description box below, it will show you which ones are still available that I found on, the website, whether it's House of Mami Wata, Afric Clothing Store, Wax Prints, Lace and More. Smurfette is no longer on Etsy. Fabric Afric. There's so many that I have shopped from. So if they are available, I will put it in the description box below. All right. But if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, ciao, guten tag, aloha, hola, konnichiwa, wagwan, sambanani, salom, bonjour. If you are returning, you know what to do. Go ahead, get you snacks and drinks. Come on back so we can go ahead and get over to the cutting table so I can show you what fabrics I have and the colors of pink and purple, which are the colors of love. All right, so let's go ahead and get over to the cutting table now. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the pink and purple, or purple and pink, whichever way you want to say it, right? Let's go ahead and get into the fabrics for the purple and pink. It's not as big as the other ones that I have, but I'm not going to waste too much time because I want to keep this video short, sweet, and to the point. But this is the first fabric that I have. Now, this fabric was picked up from House of Mami Wata. I just showed you this not too long ago. I want to say in one of my last two videos that was not in colors, I want to say I showed this probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe. But this one is called Roman Fanning. I picked this up from House of Mami Wata. I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. This fabric was picked up because of my dear friend Yolanda. She told me about this. I talked about it in that video, how she took a trip to Mexico. She tagged me in the photo because, of course, House of Mami Wata. Why not, right? And I loved it and I said, you know what? I want to pick up that fabric. So it was available on House of Mami Wata when I checked it. So I picked it up. This is no longer available, but I plan on making one of the new Butterick patterns, which the rack number is 11745, but this pattern is Butterick 6933. Now I plan on doing 2 sets of this pattern. Okay, so for this fabric, I want to do view A and view C. It is the jacket and the pants for this fabric because it's only 6 yards. So for the skirt, I will probably do something completely different. And you guys know I'm a waistband girl, so my skirt has to have a waistband. I'm not sure about making it as a elastic skirt. If I do, I will probably do 2 rows of elastic, just to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure, but I picked this pattern up strictly for the pants and the jacket. So that's what I see fit here, and probably do linen suit as well for this. Not sure of the color, probably like a navy blue or something like that. I'm not 100% sure at this time, but that's what I plan on doing for this fabric. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So the next fabric is this one right here. Now I picked this up from 2 separate shops, and the reason why is because I picked this 6 yard bundle up from House of Mami Wata a while ago. I want to say probably 2018 possibly. I've been rocking with House of Mami Wata for a very long time, if you guys haven't realized, for a very long time. I think my very first purchase from House of Mami Wata was like 2017, 2018, all right? But I picked up 6 yards of from House of Mommy Wata right here. And I plan on doing Mimi G's The Tiffany Jumpsuit. So that jumpsuit is a PDF pattern. It was part of Sew It Academy. And I also think it was part of So Def magazine when Mimi G used to do the So Def magazine way back in like 2017. So that's what I want to use for this 6 yards fabric, because I know I'm going to need roughly about 3 yards. And if that's the case and only use 3 yards, I still have this 6 yard bundle simply because I did pick up 3 yards. Now, this 3 yards, if you notice, is a different color. This is like, this one is a little lighter than this one. This one is a little darker. So I'm not going to mix them together. I'm going to use this 6 yards for one thing. And this one right here is 3 yards. Now this 3 yards is from Afric Clothing Store. When she was on Etsy. She no longer on Etsy. She has her own website, which is africclothingstore.com. The name of this fabric, it's no longer available, by the way, it's a purple, magenta, yellow, and navy Ivy Crush 4.0. That's the name of this fabric. Like I said, it's no longer available. It's sold out. I picked this up a while ago. I think this 3 yards was picked up with a different fabric, kind of like a mix and match. So that's why I have the 3 yards, but 3 yards is not going to be enough. It's going to be enough for the jumpsuit, but nothing else. But I don't know what I'm going to do with the 6 yards, but I know what I'm going to do with this 3 yards for sure. But that's what I picked up. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. All right, so this is the next one right here. This one I picked up from Amazon. Believe it, I picked this one up from Amazon. All right, so I'm going to open it out so you can see that this is gorgeous. It would go very well if this entire thing was like a back of something, right? But it's not gonna work like that, right? So for this one, I plan on doing a top. And the pattern that I plan on using is McCall 7939 View B on that pattern. It's just like a simple tunic that I wanna make for this fabric. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do with the leftover fabric because this fabric is pretty busy. It is very, very pinky. Okay, if you guys remember Pac-Man, Pinky was my favorite character. They're not Blinky, but Pinky, all right? So that's what I plan on doing with this one. Any of the leftover fabric, I'm just gonna have to kind of like figure it out. But that's what I plan on doing with this fabric. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So the next fabric is this one right here. I picked this one up from Wax Prints Lace and More. Gorgeous. Now, I'm going to say Montoya Mayo made me do this because she made her, Montoya Mayo made her Toya flat front elastic back skirt with this fabric. I seen that and I was like, you know what? That would be so dope to make the same thing. Now, I love that skirt. I have made the Toya wrap skirt several times. I want to say 4 to 5 times, okay? So I'm not making the Montoya Mayo Toya flat front elastic back skirt, right? Not a wrap skirt, flat front elastic back skirt. I'm not making that with this. I plan on doing a jumpsuit. However, I'm going to be doing a Franken-pattern with that. So for the bodice, I want to use McCall 7778 View A on that pattern, but I also want to use the skirt of McCall 7948 View C, which is kind of like a tiered skirt, and basically Franken-pattern. What Franken-pattern means it means to take more than one pattern, 2 or more patterns, and pretty much kind of pair those how you see fit, all right? So that's what Franken-pattern means, but that's what I plan on doing with this fabric. I think it's gonna be, I know it's going to be fabric left over. If there's any fabric left over, I plan on making a pair of pants or culottes or something like that for this one. But I picked up 6 yards of this fabric, and I picked this fabric up from Wax Prints Lace and More, all right? So let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So this is the next fabric. This fabric is from House of Mommy Wata. This fabric is called Tread Remix is what I think it's called, yeah. Tread Remix. It's from House of Mommy Wata. I picked this fabric up. It is very nice. I love it. Now, I was going to use this fabric last year in 2022, and I was going to use it back in October of last year. You guys actually seen this fabric before in October. It's been washed. I was getting ready to cut it and decided on a different fabric and pattern for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, right? It would have been perfect for that. Now, I am still going to make the pattern that I wanted to make then, okay? So the pattern that I was going to do then, and I'm still going to do, right? It's McCall 7789. It's piece number 2 and 4. So for the bodice, I'm going to use piece number 2. And for the pant portion, I'm going to use piece number 4 to make that jumpsuit. I think that would go very, very nice for this fabric. I picked up, like I mentioned, I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. This fabric came from House of Mommy Wata. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So the next fabric is this pink, green, and gold Featherette fabric. Now, I have had so many different colorways of this fabric. You guys have seen it in blue and white. You guys have seen it in green and gray. You guys have seen this fabric several times, okay? I love this Featherette fabric. I picked this one up from Fabric Afric on Etsy. I will go ahead and put that shop in the description box below if you are interested in purchasing anything from them, right? All right, so I picked up 6 yards of this fabric, and I want to make 2 things with this fabric. So the first thing I'm going to do is a very old out of print pattern. I seen this on, once again, Montoya Mayo. She made a pair of pants, and the pants is amazing. Mimi G did a video on these pairs of pants. I've been having the pattern since it came out way long time ago, right? And like, I want to say 2010, 2011, this pattern came out. It's Butterick 7195. View B on that pattern for the pants. And I also want to make a top in this as well if I have any left over, okay? And that top pattern is McCall's 8124. View B for that top, all right? So, you know, I just want to make a quick top. You guys know, like, I normally do not show my midriff or back and all that stuff, but I will have some left over, not enough to make anything outside of the pants, but I feel like I have enough fabric. I will have enough fabric in order to do that top. So that's the plan for this one as well. Once again, I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. This fabric is from Fabric Afric on Etsy, all right? So let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So this is the next fabric. Now, this fabric is from Wax Prints Lace and More. I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. I'm gonna open it out so you are able to see this. All right, so this is a actual pink, peach pink and brown. I hope it's showing up very good in the camera. I'm gonna try to get this to where you can see it really good. But this is like a peach, pink, and brown fabric. Now, Wax Prints Lace and More do not name the fabric. She just names it by color, so that's what I'm gonna call it, the peach, pink, and brown. So a couple of things I want to do with this. I'm going to hack a pattern, of course, but the pattern, I want to make a jacket. One of the things I want to do with this one is make a jacket. I said this before. I am going to be using my TNT pattern, which is McCall 7542 to hack that jacket, right? So I'm going to do a V-neck top and make kind of like a zipper front V-neck jacket and make a peplum at the bottom. I think that would be so cute to do, right? So that's one of the things I want to do. The second thing I want to do is make a pair of pants with this. The pant pattern I want to use is McCall's 8207. View A on, not pants, but it's actually, yeah, it's pants. View A on that pattern. And then the last thing I want to do is make a tank for anything that's left over. That tank pattern is my TNT pattern, Simplicity 1366. If you see on that pattern for that tank, y'all know I love Simplicity 1366. If you do not have a tank pattern, go get Simplicity 9114, which is Mimi G, and extend it. I have said it in a previous video. Extend the length by 7 inches and you will have pretty much Simplicity 1366. Okay, it's just, she just did a crop top version of that same pattern. All right, but that's what I plan on doing for this fabric. Let's go ahead and move over to the last pink fabric before getting into the purples. All right, so this is the last fabric in the color pink. You guys have seen this. You guys have seen when I made 2 things previously with this pattern. I'm sorry, with this fabric. That's why it's cut, right? So one of the things that I made was a skirt. That pattern was McCall's 8044. And then I also made a dress, so kind of like a cold shoulder dress as part of the dress series last year. I actually used this fabric last year for the skirt series and the dress series. So the skirt part of the skirt series was McCall's 8044. If you see on that, the ruffle style skirt, I think I called it the long A-line skirt. And then I also made a dress, the cold shoulder dress. That pattern was New Look 6512 for that pattern. Now, the leftover fabric, I want to make a top. I mentioned it when I did the skirt. And that top pattern is McCall's 8043 on that pattern, View C. Now, this fabric is from Afric Clothing Store. She doesn't have this color available, but she has another colorway on her website. Okay, so if you are interested in, it's pretty much floral petal is what I'm calling this fabric. You could go to her website and purchase. Just, you know, reach out to her on Etsy and ask if, you know, she has whatever fabric that you're looking for. First, ask if it's available, you know, to be ordered. All right. So go ahead and do that if you are interested in purchasing anything from Afric Clothing Store. Let's go ahead and move over to the purple fabrics. All right. So this is the first purple fabric that I picked up. It's not many purples. I just noticed I do not have a lot of purple in my stash at all, but we will definitely change that at some point in time. Okay. So this is one of the first ones that I picked up, okay? I have so many different colorways of this fabric, okay? But the reason why I picked it up is because I like the purple and the orange together. I have nothing like this, okay? But I want to make a suit. And that pattern that I plan on using is McCall 7876, both View B and View D on that pattern. This fabric is from House of Mami Wata. I picked up 6 yards of this fabric, and to tell you the truth, I cannot wait to do that suit. I think it's going to be fire, if I do say so myself. All right. So once again, this was picked up from House of Mami Wata, 6 yards of this fabric. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So this is the next fabric. This fabric, I think I picked this one up from House of Mami Wata or Wax Prints Lace and More. It's one of them. I can't remember which one I picked it up. I do not have notes on where I picked this one up. I think this one was House of Mami Wata, to be honest with you. But if I'm incorrect, when I get back to my notes and get back to my spreadsheet, I will definitely make sure to correct that up on the screen for you. All right. If it's not House of Mami Wata, I will put it up on the screen where I picked up this fabric from. All right. Now, if you can't find this colorway, you could definitely find it in a different colorway, because this is basically a bullseye fabric. I have shown this fabric in different colorways this far. I have made a black and white one. I have made a blue and white one, which you guys will see that coming up when those colors come available, all right? So this one was actually picked up. I just looked on my notes. This was picked up from House of Mami Wata. I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. And what I plan on making is a Mimi G pattern. It's a jumpsuit pattern. Now, the jumpsuit is part of the Sew It Academy course number 33 when she gifted a lot of her PDF patterns, including the So Def magazine patterns. All right. So it's one of the PDF patterns, and that pattern is the Foxy jumpsuit. I'm going to put it up on the screen so you can see. So I plan on doing that with this pattern, but I want to kind of hack it and make the pants, the pant leg, kind of like a wide leg. Okay, so that's what I plan on doing for this fabric. Once again, I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. I picked it up from House of Mommy Wata. All right, so let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So this is the next fabric right here. I find this fabric to be gorgeous. I love the dark purple that this fabric has. Okay, and I like the different, you know, prints that's on this one as well. All right, this is from House of Mommy Wata as well. Now I plan on making a 3-piece set with this. Matter of fact, I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. I want to do a 3-piece set. So the patterns that I want to use for this are because it's more than one. The crop top I want to do is McCall 7937 view A on that pattern, but I also want to do the pants, and the pants that I want to do is also from McCall 7937 view D on that, but I'm going to add a waistband. I have showed how to do a waistband if a pattern does not have a waistband, how to, you know, sew on a waistband on your pants if you want a waistband like I do. Sometimes I want elastic, and sometimes I want a waistband, but I have showed how to, you know, add that detail to your pants when I did the business wardrobe series, Butterick 6718. I'll go ahead and put that in the description box below if you are interested. All right. And then I also want to make a skirt. The skirt pattern is McCall 7725 view B on that pattern as well. So I want to do a 3-piece set for this fabric. I think that 3-piece set would be amazing if I do say so myself. Once again, this fabric was picked up from House of Mommy Wata, and I picked up 6 yards. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So the next fabric, you guys have seen this fabric before. I actually showed this fabric back in 2021 when I first did the first installment of So Purple to NALZ 2021. I was asking which fabric should I use to do, you know, to basically sew something up. All right. So this is the fabric right here. This fabric is from Afrik Clothing Store. I picked up 6 yards of this fabric, and I'm just going to tell you that I named this fabric Rainbow because it's a lot of different colors. All right. Taste the rainbow, right? For this, I have an inspiration photo that I seen on, it was on Instagram, and that, where I seen it at is ankara and lace, right? I seen a photo of this fabric, and I'm going to kind of mirror that photo, that inspiration photo, but make my own style of it. All right. So what I want to do is I want to use Simplicity 1607 view A, and I'm going to make that kind of like a crop top. Okay. But I want to use the skirt and make the slit of the skirt. Okay. And for the skirt, I'm going to be using Butterick 5466, and I'm going to add a waistband to that skirt instead of using the facing pieces for that. So it's kind of like a little detail that I'm going to add for that. All right. And the waistband's going to connect to make it look like a dress, connect the crop top. Then it's going to have like a mid-dress waistband and then a skirt. That's the plan that I plan on doing for this. But I also want to make a pair of shorts. The short pattern that I want to use is McCall 6930, view C on that pattern. And then if anything left, you guys know what I'm going to do with it. You guys know what I'm going to say. I'm going to use my TNT pattern and make a tank top, because why not? We don't waste fabric over here. And that tank pattern is, of course, what? Simplicity 1366. For that pattern, they use up all the fabric. So this is from Afric Clothing Store, 6 yards of this fabric. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. All right, so this is the next fabric. This fabric was picked up from Wax Prints Lace and More. I picked up 6 yards of this fabric, okay? So this is funny because this is on this card, right? I'm gonna try to show you guys this card. You see, like, I showed this in the tan, or I should say from beige to Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. I showed this as well. And sometimes, and then this purple is right back here, if you could see that. So sometimes you get these little cards where you could see kind of like what to do or what you can make. But this is from Wax Prints Lace and More. I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. Now, when it comes to what I want to make with this fabric, I'm going to open it out a little bit so you can see. Now, for this fabric, I want to make some overalls. Okay, so let me open it out so you can see this pretty good. So I want to make a pair of overalls. The pattern that I want to use for the overalls is McCall's 8162. View D on that pattern. Now, the old pattern, if you do not have McCall's 8162, it's McCall's 7542. All right, so that is the old pattern. If you are interested, if you have the old pattern and not the new pattern, once again, it's McCall 7542 for the old pattern. The new pattern is McCall's 8162. View D on both of those patterns for that. So once again, I picked this up from Wax Prints Lace and More. I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. So the next fabric is this one right here. I picked it up from House of Mami Wata. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys on this. I picked this up only because I seen this on Natita from So Natural Dang. And she made a dress, and I was like, ooh, that fabric's cute. Where did you get the fabric from? She said House of Mami Wata. So, you know, like in old fashion, you know what we do. We kind of copy and go run to the store and run to the shop, right? That's exactly what your girl did. Now, you know, you guys purchase fabrics that you see me use, but if you guys don't know, I watch other YouTubers, and if I like a fabric, I'll go and hunt it down, okay? So that's what I did with this one. Now, for this one, I want to make one of the new patterns. And that pattern is New Look 6728. View A on that pattern as well. I showed that in the Butterick and New Look patterns. I just did not pull it from my stash. So if the Simplicity website, which they are working on right now, becomes available, I will go ahead and put it up on the screen for you. But once again, it's New Look 6728. View A on that pattern. This was picked up from House of Mami Wata, and I purchased 6 yards of this fabric. Let's go ahead and move over to the next fabric. All right, so this is the next fabric. Now, I picked up 12 yards of this fabric, all right? So this is the first one. This is the other one. This one I washed. I actually showed this fabric last year when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for So Purple to NALZ. So I picked up 12 yards. Now, do I know what I want to make with this fabric? Absolutely, right? So I'm going to, so I don't have to undo this one. What I want to make with this fabric is I want to do a couple of things. So one of the first things that I want to do, let me open it out. It's kind of like the pink that you just seen, right? Otherwise, it's just, the only difference is it's purple. One of the first things I want to do is a two-piece set. I want to make a skirt and kind of like a crop bodice top, but it's not going to be super cropped. Okay. You guys know that I'm not going to do that. Right. So the pattern, one of the patterns I want to use is New Look 6741. So for 6741, I want to do the view B and view C on this pattern. So that's one of the first things that I want to do. The other thing that I want to, make with this fabric is a parka. So in my lifetime, I have worn parkas, being in the military. Yep, I own 2 of them. But one of the things, the parka pattern that I want to use is the Mimi G and Norris Danta Ford pattern. That pattern is Simplicity 9052. I know you guys looking at this like, how you gonna make a pocket out of this fabric? Listen, if I could imagine it, I could definitely sew it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and try, because it's going to be kind of like a lightweight one. I don't want it heavy because of where I live. My climate does not call for something really, really heavy. So it would be more of like a lightweight jacket for me instead of an actual really thick pocket. But that pattern is a pocket pattern. So I want to be able to use that pattern. And like I said, I have 12 yards, so I have lots of yardage, lots of footage to cover me. All right, but that's what I plan on doing. I know it's going to be a lot of fabric left over between 12 yards, so I'm not sure what else I'm going to sew with this pattern. I'm sorry, sew with this fabric. I'm not sure what I'm going to use the rest of the fabric for, but I'll let you know when that time comes. Let's go ahead and move over to the last purple fabric. So this is the last fabric in the color purple. All right, so I just showed this. I picked this up from House of Mommy Watches, 6 yards of this fabric. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm gonna sew with this fabric. It's gonna be some kind of 2-piece, 3-piece set. I'm not 100% sure yet. It might be a dress. I'm gonna wait for some new patterns to come out before I decide on this fabric, because I can see this being part of like a purple and black collection or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but once again, I picked up 6 yards of this fabric. I picked it up from House of Mommy Watches. Well, that's all the fabrics that I have in the color pink and purple. All right, so there you have it. Those are all the fabrics that I have in the colors pink and purple. I hope you enjoyed this video. And since you made it this far, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, keep sewing.